Hey everyone, and welcome back to THANOSR Web's podcast. You know the drill by now, right? Amazing offers down below, so go check them out.
Definitely some good stuff down there.
All right, well, on today's deep dive, we're going full what-if mode.
Oh, this should be good.
You ever daydream about what could have been, if you jumped on that Bitcoin train early on? Oh, yeah.
Of course.
All right, so let's rewind the clock back to 2010.
Okay.
Bitcoin's just this little baby, just wobbling around in the digital world.
A little more than wobbling, I'd say. It was more like people barely even knew it existed. Like a little blip on the radar that most folks probably just wrote off as another one of those internet fads.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Could you imagine trying to explain Bitcoin at a party back then? People would probably think you were pitching them on some newfangled internet currency from a sci-fi movie or something.
Yeah. I don't think I would have even tried.
But here's the thing, right? In 2010, one Bitcoin was worth what? A few pennies?
Way less than that. Like a fraction of a cent. Try 0.003 cents.
0.003 eyes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Dude, it's insane.
Yeah, that's how much people were valuing this revolutionary technology back then.
So let's just say hypothetically, okay, you had a spare $100 laying around.
Okay.
And you decided, you know what? I'm feeling lucky. I'm gonna buy as much Bitcoin as I can get my hands on.
Right. I like where this is going.
You would have walked away with a mountain of Bitcoin.
And I do mean a mountain.
Yeah.
You would have scored something like 33,333 Bitcoins.
33,333 Bitcoins for $100.
That's right.
Okay, so somebody hand me a calculator because I'm definitely not doing that math in my head. Fast forward to today, and the game has changed completely, right?
You could say that again.
Bitcoin isn't some fringe experiment anymore. It's like this major player on the world's financial stage.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's trading at what,
Last I checked, it was hovering around $98,000 per Bitcoin.
$98,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to our hypothetical friend who bought those 33,333 Bitcoins back in 2010 for $100. How much is that worth now? Well, let's just say their Bitcoin stash would be worth a mind-blowing $3.27 billion.
Billion.
Billion with a B.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a pretty stark example of how much Bitcoin's value has skyrocketed. I mean, it's become one of the most lucrative investment stories of our time, but also one of the most volatile.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's easy to look back and be like, oh man, I should have bought a ton of Bitcoin when it was basically free. But let's be real here. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows back then.
Definitely not. Early Bitcoin investors were basically pioneers. They were taking a huge gamble on something that most people didn't even understand.
Right. There was no roadmap, no guarantees, just a belief in this crazy idea of a decentralized digital currency.
And let's be honest, a lot of people thought they were crazy.
Oh, totally. Investing in Bitcoin back then was like a high-stakes poker game.
Yeah.
You could win big or lose everything.
Exactly. So while it's fun to daydream about those what-if scenarios, those early investors were navigating completely uncharted territory. It's a good reminder that sometimes the biggest risks lead to the biggest rewards.
And that's something to think about when we look at the world today, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the next Bitcoin? What seemingly overlooked opportunity is out there right now that could have that same kind of crazy potential?
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some interesting things bubbling up right now, but it's anyone's guess which one is going to be the next big thing.
That's the fun part, right? Trying to figure it out.
Definitely.
All right, well, on that note, folks, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive. Before you go, though, don't forget to check out those amazing offers waiting for you in the description. Who knows, maybe the next Bitcoin is hiding down there. Thanks for tuning in to the NOSR Webs podcast.
See you next time.